All right, so Shalom, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waka, Kodash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Barakatah Yasha'Allah, Barakatah Yahweh, Kala, Shalom, Shalom, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. We're going to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and were well, who overseen the construction of the tabernacle of David, a more perfect tabernacle. Shalom to the Akim, Bakwath, scattered abroad, and Shalom to the sincere believers. And I just want to go into a scripture that one of my favorite scriptures, really, that I use to exhort myself, sometimes. I haven't really gotten into it a long time, but one of the brothers brought it to my remembrance. But I'm gonna get into it, man. This is Hebrews 10:32. It says, "But called to remembrance the former days in which, after ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of afflictions," man. Because once you come into this truth, once you come into the knowledge of the truth, man, let's get the scripture on that. Scriptures say that this truth is not an easy walk, man. This truth is not something that is just gonna be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You turn around and one day you wake up in the kingdom of heaven. No, man. You got to go through the proving grounds, man. You got to be tested. Get a couple scriptures on that, but this is Ecclesiasticus, so the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "My son, hey, my son, man. The Most High views the nation of Israel as his, not only as his wife and his bride, but also as his son, man. We are his children. We are the sons of God, man. Yahweh Shai being the son of God. Well, we are sons. We are all sons of God, man. Even you 2/3, man. But the difference between the 2/3 and the elect is what? We're coming back to our Father, man, and we're begging for forgiveness. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord," meaning what? Coming to this truth, because there's no other way to serve Yahweh Shai Shai. John the fourth chapter tells us how we serve the Lord, man, and other scriptures tell us that. But specifically, what I'm getting at is what we serve the Lord in truth and spirit and in truth, man, according to the true knowledge, wisdom, understanding of this word, man. It says, "Prepare thy soul for temptation," man. It says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure," and what? "And make not haste in time of trouble," man. "Cleave unto him." Who is the him? Yahweh Shai Shai, "and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully." Because why, man? We understand that everything that we go through in this walk is to prepare us for the days that are to come. And Jacob's trouble is not going to be something you want to go into just unprepared, man, untested, unseasoned, man. We're going to need the XP points that we get from doing these side missions that Yahweh Shai sets us upon. We're gonna need them experience points so we can level up in our spirit. It says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire." That's how it is, man. You want to purify precious metals, you put it through the fire to what? So it can all the infirmities and all the unpleasantries and all the undesirable things and qualities is purged out, leaving you with the pure substance. And that's how it is, man. When you go through these tests, going back to Hebrews 10, when you go through afflictions, when you endure a great fight of afflictions, is because why? You're being purged of certain infirmities and certain things that what? Are unprofitable to your walk as a man of the Lord. What brings me to another scripture that I kind of quote often, but Isaiah 48:10, it says, "Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction," man. Verse 5, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." What does it mean to be acceptable, man? Being acceptable in the eyes of Yahweh Shai, being found worthy to what? Be a part of that elect. It says, "Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him." Ye that fear Yahweh Shema Shah, wait for his mercy. Go not aside, lest ye fall. Because we have to wait. We got to go according to the word of Yahweh Shema Shah. Gonna grab another scripture, and then we're gonna go back to the point. 2 Esdras 7, another scripture that I love. Because this, Second Esdras, these scriptures in 2 Esdras 7, man, it illustrates what it's gonna be like, the journey from this this present world that we are in, the transition from this world into the kingdom of heaven. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. So it says 2 Esdras 7 and 6, it says, there is also another thing, a city is built. A city is built. What is that? The kingdom of heaven, which will be here on earth, man. Salakia. And set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. That broad field is the world. The entire planet earth, man. And it's full of all good things. What does that mean? All the valuables of this world, man. The precious metals, the animals being in order, our people being in order, the heathens being subjected to righteous rulership. The interest thereof is narrow, meaning what? Getting into this city, the kingdom of heaven is narrow, man, and it's set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, on the left, a deep water, man. Two great, the symbolizing the two deaths, man. The first death being the flood, which happened in the times of Noah, and the fire being representing the second death, which will come by nuclear destruction, man. And in order for the sons of God to get to the city, they had to first go through the first death, and now we have to go through the second death. It says, like if there were a fire on the right hand, on the left a deep water, also symbolizing what? You know what I'm saying? Certain death, man. That's what it also symbolizes, certain death, man. If we don't stay upon this path, it's certain death, man. And one only path between them both. Even between the fire and the water, it says so small that there could but one man go there at once, man. And if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance, man? And it is said, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, man. And that's what our walk is going to be like as hopeful men, women, and children of the elect, man. We're going to have to go through this straight gate as detailed as it is detailed in Matthew, the 7th or the 5th chapter, man. Enter ye in at the straight gate, because broad is the way that leadeth into destruction, man. So going back to Hebrews 10. It's like I'm okay, go to the New Testament. Hebrews 10, and going back to where was it? 32. It says, but call to remembrance the former days, man. Hey, let me get another scripture in that. So Ecclesiastes. In the same chapter, that's crazy, man. Ecclesiastes 2:10, it says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him in truth and sincerity, man? The things that are written aforetime, what? Written for our learning, man. We have all these great stories and testimonies of deliverance, man. And the affliction. And that's the beautiful thing about it, man. We have stories, we have countless, a plethora of deliverance stories from affliction, man. And we can take that as what? Exhortation and things that we can use to comfort us in the days that are come. Hebrews 10:33, partly whilst you were made a gazing stock, both by reprobates, both by reproaches and afflictions, and partly whilst you became companions of them that were so used, man. Going into Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, because these people think that, hey, man, these people see us doing all the work of the Lord in the cold and doing all types of weather conditions, man. Some people see us and look at us as bums. Some people see us and laugh and scorn us and and come up negatively against His truth, man. But because that's their lot, man. But it's because we are made a spectacle unto all men, man. It says, partly whilst you were made a gazing stock, both by reprobates and afflictions, man, and partly which ye became companions of them that were so used. It says, for ye had compassion of me and my bonds, and took joyfully the spoiling of your goods, knowing yourselves that ye have in heaven a better and enduring substance, man. What? Lay ye up treasures in heaven, man. Matthew the 6th chapter. Matthew 6:19, it says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, man. Because unbeknownst to the masses of this world, man, the fashion of this world is gonna pass away, man. Your money's gonna burn, your car's gonna burn, your Gucci bags, your Louis bags, man, your belts, man, your Hermes, this, that, and the third, man, your Lamborghini, all that's gonna be destroyed, man. It says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. Man, being what, man? Certain on deliverance, when it's time to come, man, deliverance, and not only that, a place of power, man. Not power, but a place of being exalted, man, because the elect is gonna be exalted in the kingdom of heaven. Every man in his order, man. Every man, woman, and child that is elected to be saved out of Babylon the Great, man, they're going to be looked at differently. They're going to be on the pedestal in the kingdom of heaven, man, under Yahushua and King David, man, while the rest of the 2/3 are going to just be born in the kingdom as regular citizens, man. They're still going to be above the heathen, but it's going to be a pecking order. You're going to have Yahushua, Hamashiach, King David, the elect in their order. And then the 2/3 that are reborn as their children, man, and then the heathen, man. And that's gonna be well worth every affliction that we endure on this side of life, man. It says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. But where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, man. Going back to Hebrews, the 10th chapter. Hebrews 10 and 35 says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. Meaning what, man? You got a lot of people who come into this thing and they get antsy, man. They feel like they look out into the world. They feel like they got a better, they'll have a better shake of things being a regular nigga, man. Because being in the truth is easy, but at the same time it's hard, man. A lot of times you gotta make sacrifices, man. The Lord's gonna you want to be in this truth, man. You want to be a part of the elected men, women, and children of Yahweh Bashim Ashar. You're gonna have to give up something, man. You're gonna have to prove yourself, man. You think you're just gonna get the kingdom of heaven without having to go through any type of sacrifice or any type of affliction, man? It's not gonna happen like that. You got to think about it, man. Something that is valuable to kingdom of heaven is not going to be just given away freely, man. Even the 2/3 is going to have to earn a place in the kingdom of heaven. By what? Being destroyed, man. Being destroyed and partaking in great pain, man. That's their ticket into the kingdom of heaven, pain and suffering. Just like our pain and suffering is going to be our ticket into the kingdom of heaven. But our pain and suffering is in righteousness. We're suffering for righteousness' sake. Why they're just gonna suffer. It says, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh Shema Ashai, ye might receive the promise. And what's the promise, man? The promise was given unto Abraham that what? That we would receive the land flowing milk and honey, and that the seed of Israel, his seed, would be innumerable, and we would be the kings of this earth, man. That's the promise, man. It says, for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. Talking about who? Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shemiah Shai is going to come back and level this place, man. He's going to destroy it and set up his kingdom. And it's not that far off, man. When we really think about it, when we really think about the chronology of time and how everything is going to happen, man, it's not that far away, man. And I think about this a lot of time when I kind of get in my head about doing certain things and just being in the truth, man. Bro, the quality of life as we continue on before the kingdom of heaven, the quality of life that's going to be lived is going to be less desirable, man. We're already coming into times where death is just hanging around the corner, man. People are just dropping dead, man. Prices are rising. We got shortages of this and that, man. So the further and further on as we get down, the less desirable it's gonna be to live, man. It says, now the just shall live by faith. But and here's the point, man. This is why this is one of my favorite scriptures. Now the just shall live by faith, man. Why? Because that's the beauty of this truth, man. The beauty of this truth is that the only thing we have tangible is these scriptures, man. That's the only thing we have tangible that we can actually touch, taste, smell, and feel, man. See is these scriptures, man. And everything that we talk about is through faith, man. Even me believing that I'm an Israelite is through faith. Even me believing in the Messiah is through faith. I've never seen the Messiah. I've never touched him, but I believe in him. I don't know I'm an Israelite. I can't. Even though I understand this word and being humble and me being humble, I can't just say, yeah, I'm an Israelite, man. I know for a certain I'm from this tribe. No, it's by faith, man. It's about the spirit. You know, I believe in the chariots. I haven't really seen chariots personally, but I believe in the chariots, man. And I believe the chariots are what the men of the Lord say they are, man. They're the vehicles of the angels, man. I've never touched a chariot. I've never seen the kingdom of heaven. I've never lived a day in the kingdom of heaven, but I believe, Lord willing, if I continue on doing the things that Yahweh Shema Shah requires, that maybe, Lord willing, I can be in the kingdom of heaven, man, as an elect man. Everything that we talk about in this truth is by faith, and that's the beauty of it, because that's what Yahweh Shema Shah requires, man. Faith, man, above all things. These Christianities like to talk about they have faith, and they like to take our book and talk about all this other stuff, but they don't really have faith, man. They don't really have faith. They have their faith is in what? That tithe, that money, man. They believe they can buy their way into the kingdom of heaven. They believe they can create this facade of righteousness that's not just truth, man. They think just because they bald their heads and they shave their beards and they look all clean and they get dressed up for church on Sunday and go to church on Sunday and celebrate Christmas and Easter and all these other pagan holidays. They think that that's gonna be their ticket into the kingdom of heaven, man. It's not. That's not true, man. It says now the just shall live by faith, but man, and here's the but, man. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him, man. Because who's gonna draw back? Those who inevitably were not called and chosen by Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You get spewed out of this faith, man. You get spewed out of the ministries because Yahweh Shem Shai never really was dealing with you, man. He let you come into this thing to condemn yourself. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. And that's a lot of and that goes out to these Israelites who think they're in the truth, but they're really not, man. Your Sakaras, your ISUBKs, your IUICs, your COGCs, man. All these other groups, they claim to have the truth, but they're not teaching the truth, man, because they don't have no faith, man. You mean to tell me how do you have faith? How do you have faith and you're not even breaking down the scriptures right, man? You know what I'm saying? It says, but if any man draw back from the truth, man. And again, that proves the point because these other groups are not teaching the truth, man. They have drawn back from the truth because all these groups know about GMS and the elders and apostles of GMS. All these groups watch the elders' videos and come up against them, man. So my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But, and here's the kicker, man. Here's the thing that should boost your faith. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, man. We're not like them. We are not of that sort, man. We put on as the elect, man. We are of a different fabric. We're cut from a different cloth, man. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, man. And every time I read that scripture, man, it gives me a little hype because it's like, yeah, man. Yeah, man. And what is perdition, man?
Strong's G 684. Apoleia. Apoleia.
It says destroying. It says what? Utter destruction, man. We're not of that. We're not of that two-third sort, man. We're cut from a different cloth, man. We're not of those people who put on this facade as being what? Men in the truth, and they're really not, man. We're not of those people who put on this facade of God knows my hearts when they're really just wicked, man. We're not of that sort, man. We are of the hopeful elect, man. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition or destruction, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul, man. And that's powerful, man, because all that is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, and that's why his name should be always glorified and magnified, because that's a great gift, man. This truth is a great gift, and having that 100% truth, that's even a greater gift. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul, man. Faith, man. And then what? What's beautiful about this is what? Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report, man. This faith is so precious, man. It's so precious and so beautiful. And call Allah Yahweh Shema Shah for that. Ephesians 2:8, it says, for by grace are you saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is the gift of Yahweh Shema Shah, not of works, lest any man should boast. For we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai unto good works, which Yahweh Shema Shai hath ordained, so like it hath before ordained, that we should walk in them, man. We're not of them that draw back to production, man, because we are grounded in this thing, man. We're fully rooted, man, and our roots are what? Growing stronger, man, growing stronger and stronger every day that goes by. We see judgment every day that goes by, and we see an article about certain things that are going on around the world, man. We see all this stuff going on in the world. It just boosts our faith, man, because it just confirms everything that we believe about the scriptures, about this book, that it's living and it's moving every single day, man. So I just wanted to quickly go into that because, man, I love that scripture, man. So this is Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Shema Shai and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh Shema Shai shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. With that being said, how about y'all?